Long ago, in the year 1663, a baby girl was born in the city of Manila, Philippines. Her name was Ignacia Luco, the daughter of Chinese immigrants Jose Luco and Maria Jeronima. She was raised in a simple home, filled with love, faith, and devotion to God. As she grew up, Ignacia became known for her deep prayers, her kindness, and her strong faith. From a young age, she felt that God was calling her to something special. But in her time, native Filipino women like her were not allowed to join the convents, which were mostly for Spanish or mestizo women. But Ignacia's heart was brave. At the age of 21, she went to a Jesuit priest named Father Pablo Klein. With his guidance, she made a spiritual retreat, days of silence, reflection, and prayer through the spiritual exercise of Saint Ignatius of Loyola. It was during this sacred time that she realized God was calling her to serve not only a convent, but in the world. So she made a bold decision. She left her home and her comfortable life. She walked away from her marriage and riches, and chose a life of poverty, prayer, and service. She started living in a small house near the Jesuit church, where she prayed daily, worked hard, and trusted God with her whole heart. Little by little, other young native women were inspired by her. They joined her in this way of life, forming a small community called the Beatas de la Compañía de Jesús, the religious women of the Company of Jesus. They were the first group of Filipino women to live a religious life without being in a convent. These women worked during the day, doing laundry, sewing clothes, and cooking, and spent their nights in prayer and reflection. They taught young girls how to read, write, and know God. They served the poor, cared for the sick, and lived with joy even in hardship. But their journey wasn't easy. They faced rejection and discrimination. People doubted them. They had little food, no riches, and no official support from the church. And in 1768, the Jesuits who guided and supported them were expelled from the Philippines. But even in the darkness, Mother Ignacia's light never faded. She reminded her sisters to stay faithful, to stay strong, and to trust in God above all. Her famous words were, "Let us serve God with joy." She continued leading her community with humility and faith until her death on September 10, 1748, at the age of 85. But her mission did not end there. Today, the religious family she started lives on as the Religious of the Virgin Mary, also known as the RVM Sisters. They continue to serve in schools, hospitals, and missions all over the Philippines and around the world. Mother Ignacia del Espiritu Santo is now honored as a servant of God, the first step toward becoming a saint. She is remembered not for power or wealth, but for her courage, faith, and love. And so, the story of a simple woman from Manila became a light for generations. A woman who chose God above all. A woman who led with humility, served with joy, and loved without limits. She is Mother Ignacia del Espiritu Santo, a true mother, servant, and inspiration to all Filipinos.